Today, Akif. Today's topic is supply chain management, and process management. So can you first provide a brief background of yourself?
Yes, sure. First of all, Dustin, I would like to thank you for doing a great job. Exciting stories with the audience interested in supply chain management. I have been in the supply chain for over 20 years and found my inspiration from the first step in the field. My goal to get a wider knowledge of supply chain management continued with entering to Chartered Institute in Purchasing Supply to get professional accreditation. First with MCIPS and later with fellowship from that institute granted as a hallmark for contribution to procurement profession. My MBA research project from University of Bradford considered issues in e-procurement implementation. Through research, it was discovered that many implications at the first instance are not driven by concerns over adversarial relationship, they put at the forefront for the sake to obtain cost savings, but mainly from the appreciation of opportunity to build a long-term supply chain relationship leading to partnership. I found stimulating to share supply chain management knowledge, not only providing consultancy to various organizations to achieve supply chain management optimization of processes, but also delivering training sessions to other professionals through Chartered Institute Purchasing Supply Accreditation Program. Management of many organizations worldwide acknowledged advantages of supply chain to manage with process methodology. However, not always there is a clear vision on the movement required to undertake to achieve efficiency operation with supply chain management advancement. That's why, throughout my career, I was very keen to identify supply chain management best practices to bring value to different organizations in terms of increased effectiveness in customer and supplier relationship management, demand and procurement management, resulting in reduction and positively impacting revenue.
So thanks. My first question is, can you discuss what is supply chain management process?
Supply chain management process, in simple words, can be identified as business process integration, both internally and externally. Many international companies try to consolidate business processes to achieve efficiency through transparency, only with supply chain management playing leading role. You can ask how efficient transparency are linked together in supply chain management. Today, requirements across supply chain processes are not primarily driven to impose control and strict monitoring. On the contrary, its main objective to identify opportunities or gaps in sub-processes, to find optimization routes, to obtain cost savings and cost avoidance. The objectives of supply chain management process is to achieve integration of customer and supplier relationship management, demand and material flow management, procurement, product development and revenue streams across the whole supply chain. Such supply chain integration will result in cost reduction, quality upgrading, and making operations swift and efficient. The process is seen as a chain of clearly defined stages, which target to transform input. It's not possible to look at suppliers and contractors beyond the single supply chain management process. Supply chain management process shall integrate business processes of all players, supply chain, in one complete process with clear transparency of sub-processes, for example, such as product specifications, sourcing strategies, supply segmentation and classification, supply costs, performance measurements, framework of metrics, and so on.
And how is this put into practice effectively?
That is the most challenging task, Dustin, and today, to make supply chain management process effective, it requires integration of customers and suppliers working closely, from the stage of product design up to its final delivery to the market. Such supply chain cooperation will allow shortening time to market from product delivery with greater success. This can be achieved through collaborative supply relationship based on mutually beneficial conditions. It is of paramount importance to implement arm's-length relationship approach rather than adversarial, as all parties in the supply chain shall obtain mutually advantageous outcomes. Otherwise, the effectiveness of the relationship will be weakened by resulting in supply chain management process impossible to benefit, and if other stages would develop smoothly. One of the known hallmark examples of supply chain management process optimization resulted in sharing cost savings equally between Walmart suppliers and customers. That's why commercialization of benefit achieved through the supply chain shall be profitable to all parties to ensure consistency of successful performance. It is not coincidence that initially developed enterprise resource planning system for internal purposes progressed to look for expansion opportunities with supply and customer relationship management models and e-procurement. Merger of such systems like SAP and Ariba can be taken as an example on how organizations shall develop a strong supply chain management process. Although it's critically important to seek opportunity for process integration across the supply chain, it's not practically feasible or efficient to seek close collaboration with all suppliers. The importance of segmentation and classification of suppliers demand a readiness of suppliers for complete commitment. That's why to put supply chain management process into practice effectively require commitment to sacrifice short-term advantages for the sake of longer-term mutually beneficial relationship, and that is the key to success. The process of integration shall start with core suppliers and contractors, which have proved to be reliable and responsive to the needs of customer. Therefore, in order to put supply chain management process into practice effectively, it requires to coordinate supply chain sub-processes with internal functions for organizations, as well as in the supply chain.
And my last question is, where have you seen some good results?
Dustin, as mentioned earlier, the supply chain management process to bring good results shall be linked closely, both with internal and external functions, with smooth coordination and collaboration to realize opportunities in larger scale. Being in consultancy business, I have seen good results with consolidation of supply chain management processes between two and more companies. It may sound strange, but it's not rare today when two competing companies, in order to reduce operational costs, consolidate the cumulative spend to obtain bargaining power or economies of scales. Many companies I came across using this practice to obtain cost savings. It shall be emphasized that the reduction of cost by $100 has bigger positive impact on the profits than $500 in increase of sales. Nowadays, it becomes a widened practice no longer to compete as a single entity. Many companies integrate wide supply chains to operate as an active player on the market, enticing suppliers to collaborate effectively. As suppliers are attracted to collaborate further, expansion of supply chain management process, resulting in adding value to the chain. The time for adversarial negotiations with suppliers to drive their profit margins to economic sustainability coming to an end, and opens opportunity for strategic integration leading to partnership relationship. For supply chain management process to bring good results require continuous relationship development of company with key suppliers, customers, and even competitors. I have had amazing results in telecommunication business, where several competing operators shared supply chain and maintenance costs to stay effective, even at crisis time. However, integration of supply chain management process is not an easy, and as it could be seen, In order to gain commendable results, it requires to take into account costs such as enterprise resource planning, information communication technology system implementation, with preparation and structured plan in place, and potential risks mitigation strategy.
And thank you, Akif, for sharing today.
Thank you to you, Dustin. My pleasure.